In this video, I'm going to show you how to take accurate body measurement, how to take your horizontal measurement, and how to take your vertical measurement. I'm also going to show you how to read your tape. So if you're a total beginner and you're wondering how you can do all of that, then this video is for you. I hope you're going to stick to this video and watch this video till the end. This is a highly requested video, and I hope this video is well detailed for you to understand. So I'm going to show you how you can read your tape using my dummy. So this is my tape right here. So you need to go get your tape, get your pen, and also get your notebook, because you will need to be jotting down everything I will be saying during the course of this video. So if you are new to my channel and you haven't subscribed, please do well to hit on the subscribe button and be a member of the Sewing family. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Lady Peace. On this channel I share pattern drafting videos, sewing tutorials, everything related to sewing. So if you're interested in this kind of content, please do well to hit on the subscribe button and please hit on the notification bell. That's belly button. Just turn it on so you get notified whenever I drop videos like this. All right, so if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much, and I want you to know that I really love you guys. So guys, let's get right into today's video. So this is my tape right here, and if you look at this tape closely, you'll notice we have this small line here, all right, a shorter line, and we also have the one that is longer than the first line, and then we also have this one here that is longer than the both lines, and we also have this one here that is the most longest. All right, so these are all the lines we are going to be talking about today. So when you look at your tape closely, you have the shorter line here. So this line here, we are going to just call this A. So it is called a point. All right, so this shorter line is called a point. All right, so please make sure you take this down. So after that, you go to the next line. So this is mini short, so we are also going to call this B, for example. So it's called quarter inch. All right, it's called quarter inch. So the next here is the same with like the first line, which is the shortest line, still A. All right, so you can still call this A because it is exactly like the first line. And after then, you now come to this other line here, which is like the longest among the first ones we have called. So we are going to call this C, and it is called half inch. All right, when you hear me say half inch, this is it here. So it is called half inch. Now, after that, you come to this one here, which is the longest. We'll call this D, and it is called 1 inch. So remember, this is the shortest line, which is A, is called a point. All right, and after that, you come to this part here, which is also a point. You come here, this is also a point, and you come here, this is also a point. All right, so the first line there are called points. So the second one is quarter inch. So we have quarter inch here, and we also have quarter inch somewhere around this other area here, like around your tape. If you look at your tape closely, you will see this inch here. You will see this inch that is, I don't know how to explain, but it is all around your tape. So it's called a quarter inch. And the next one here is half inch. The one we labeled as C is called half inch. All right, it is called half inch. So you will see it here, and you also see it after the 1 inch point. All right, so it is everywhere around your tape. Whenever you see it, just know that it is half inch. So guys, when you look at your tape, you will see that you have from 1 inch to 60 inches. So let's say you want to know how many inches you can use to measure your material. So from 1 to 36 inches is what we call 1 yard of fabric. From 1 to 36 inches is what we call 1 yard of fabric. So I hope you understand. The comment section is free for you to give me your, like, for you to ask any questions. So with that being said, let's just move over to the next step on how to take body measurements. So guys, I'm going to be using this dummy here to show you guys how you can take accurate body measurements. So I need you to pay attention to everything I'll be saying here. Go get your pen, your notebook, and start jotting this down. So first of all, we'll need to take our vertical measurement, and we're going to start by taking our shoulder line. So I'm going to turn my dummy to the back, and let's do that. My dummy is turned already to the back. All right, so this is the back. So I'm going to show you how to take your back measurement, like your shoulders. If you've watched my tutorials, you hear me saying your shoulders divided by 2. So I'll show you what I mean by that. Now if you look at your shoulder from this point here, all right, to somewhere, from this point to somewhere here, you will notice something like somehow deep. Let's say for example you lift your shoulder up this way, you actually feel a something somewhere here, like something around here. So what we'll do is we'll take from here to here. So let's go there. Now I'm going to place my tape. Please, when you want to take your client's shoulder measurement, you follow this part here down to somewhere around here. You can even tell your client to lift up her shoulders this way so you can feel in this spot. All right, so you can feel in the spot like this. So that is what we're going to do now. So you place your tape this way, all right, from that spot down to the second spot. All right, so once you place it this way, you get her shoulder measurement. So what I have on this dummy here is 13 inches. So whatever you get, you will need to divide it by 2. So I have 13 inches here, and when I divide this by 2, it's 6.5 inches. All right, so the next measurement we're going to take now is from the shoulder to the bust, and from the bust to the under bust, from the under bust to the waist and the hip. So I'm going to show you how to get all of that. So I'm going to now turn my dummy to the front this way. All right, so from that point I showed you guys earlier, it's usually somewhere around here. All right, so that's where I'm going to place my tape right now on the dummy. So you place it this way and you take it down to the bust point. When you hear me talking about bust point, this is what I mean. So you place your tape from the shoulder line down to the bust point. On my dummy here, shoulder to bust point is 9.5 inches. All right, so once you've gotten that, I believe you're jotting this down. Please take note that we are working on the vertical measurements, all right, for now. So the vertical measurement is your shoulder to your bust, shoulder to your under bust, shoulder to your waist, shoulder to the hip, and all of that, and even shoulder to the full length of your dress. That is if you are making a dress. So for this tutorial here, I'll show you from your shoulder to the waist line. All right, so from here to here is 9.5 inches. All right, now the next thing you need to do is to take your under bust. So you place your tape down to the under bust. Now the under bust is where your boobs actually stops. All right, where it actually stops, that is where your under bust is. Okay, so for this case here is 13 inches. All right, it's 13 inches somewhere around here. Now once you're done with that, the next thing to take is shoulder to your half length, which is also known as the waistline. Some person knows it as the half length, and it's also known as the waistline. Now there are several methods. There are other ways you can do that. You can tie a rope around your client's waist, but I think it's usually somehow when you tell somebody that, okay, can I tie a rope around your waist, the person feels somehow. So what you just do is from here, in some case is 3 inches below your under bust. All right, so some cases 3 inches below your under bust, but for now we are going to use this here, the base here, as our waistline. I hope you understand. So you place your tape from here to here. So for the dummy here, I have 16 inches. All right, I hope you understand. So the first thing we did was we took our shoulder measurement. The next thing, we took shoulder to bust, shoulder to under bust, shoulder to the waist. Okay, So this is shoulder to the waist right here. So if you are making a dress, you will need to take the full length of your dress. So it is very simple. You just place your tape this way and take it down to where you want that dress to actually stop. If you are making a top, once you've taken all this measurement down to the waist, the next thing to do is to take the full length of your top. All right, so let's say for instance you want your tops to be 20 inches. So this is where 20 inches is. All right, so when you want to take your top length, this is how to get it. You place it down to this point here. This is where the top ends for this dummy. So the choice is yours. It depends on where you want your top to stop. All right, so now that we are done with this, the next measurement to take is also your hip. All right, so I'm also going to show you how to take your hip, shoulder to the hip line. So you also place your tape here and take it down to the hip. All right, so for some reason my camera is not visible, but I'm going to try my best to adjust it so that you guys can see what I'm doing. So guys, this is it. So once your tape is placed this way, all right, once it's placed this way, take it down to the hip. It can be somewhere around here. It can be somewhere around here. So once you've taken that, the next thing is just for you to take the full length of your dress. Whatever you're making, just take the full length. So I'm also going to try and adjust my camera and show you guys how to take our horizontal measurement. So for the horizontal measurements, you will need to take all your measurements round. All right, you will need to take all the measurements round. So I'm going to start with the bust. So if you hear me saying round bust, that is what I'm about to show you, what I actually mean by your round bust divided by 4. So this is what we are going to be discussing right now. So for the round bust, you will need to place your tape around your client's bust this way. Make sure you are taking it from the back. All right, just make sure you are taking it from the back this way. Can you see? Take it from the back. This is somehow not stable. All right, so you take it from the back and make sure it is not too tight. Don't make it too tight, don't make it too loose. So for this dummy I had 35 inches. So 35, you will need to divide it by 4. All right, whatever you are making, you need to divide your bust by 4. So let's divide 35 by 4. So let's say your bust is 35 and that's divided by 4 will give us almost close to 9 inches. So let's say 9 inches. All right, so that's divided by 4 is 9 inches. All right, so the next thing we are going to do now is to take our round waist. Now there are some cases where you will need to take your round under bust. Some cases where you will need to take your round under bust. All right, so you just need to do the same thing I did to the waist. You can just go take it, sorry, same thing I did to the bust. You bring it here this way, all right, on your under bust. Okay, so if you want to take measurements around your under bust, this is just how to take it. All right, so for the waist area, you bring it downward to the waist and also take it. And whenever you're taking this measurement, just make sure it is not tight and not too loose on your clients. All right, so you bring it this way like this, and you can see I can even rotate my tape. Can you see? It is free on this dummy. It is not tight and not too loose. All right, and for the hip, just take this down to the hip this way. Just bring it down to the hip this way. Can you see? And that is how it is. So it is very, very simple. You just need to put in more effort for you to be able to learn all of this.